Writing a research paper often feels like an overwhelming task. This tutorial is intended to help you effectively manage and complete your research paper by breaking the process down into 10 easy steps. Step 1. Choose and narrow a subject. Choose a subject you find interesting. You will need to focus on a part of the subject small enough to cover in one report. If you choose a very broad topic, like volcanoes, you will need to do endless amounts of research to cover everything about volcanoes. Instead, you should narrow your subject to a more focused topic. Step 2. Think about purpose, audience, and voice. Your purpose is your reason for writing. You have two purposes for writing a research paper: to discover information for yourself and to share what you have learned with others. The audience for your report will be people who share your interest in the topic, but do not already know a lot about it. In most cases, the audience will include your teacher and your classmates. Ask yourself, what does my audience already know? What does my audience need to know? What kind of information will my audience find interesting? The way your writing sounds is your voice. When you are trying to inform, you want to use a voice that sounds knowledgeable and interesting. Avoid using slang or cliches. Express your ideas in a clear, direct way. Step 3. Use a variety of sources. You will not find all the information you need in a single source. Using a variety of sources will help you find complete answers to your research questions. Ask your instructor what types of sources he or she requires. Do not rely too heavily on the internet. Step 4. Taking notes. Taking notes will reduce the chances you will commit accidental plagiarism. When you take notes, be careful not to copy word for word, and if you do, make sure to include exact wording in quotation marks. You should also look for a system for recording information in the sources from where you found the information. Using bibliography cards and note cards is an easy way to organize your research. Step 5. Organizing your information. Once you have taken your notes, they need to be put together into a logical order. If you use note cards, sort them into categories. Each group of note cards will become a paragraph in your report. If you find some note cards that do not seem to belong to any group, set them aside until later. Step 6. Making an outline. It is often helpful to make an outline or a plan for your report. Your outline should show how you are grouping information and the order in which you will present the information. An outline should list the report's major subtopics or categories of information, followed by a list of specific facts for each subtopic. Step 7. Write a main idea statement. To make sure readers remember the major point of your topic, include a main idea or a thesis statement in your introduction. This should tell the reader the topic of your report and the main points that you will make. Step 8. Write your report. In the introduction, you will want to include an attention-getting beginning as well as your main idea statement. For the body of the paper, use the categories in your outline to represent subtopics. Be sure to provide facts and explanations from your research about each subtopic. Elaborate on each subtopic by explaining each fact with an example. The conclusion should restate the main idea of your report. This is also a good place to share information that did not fit into the body of your report. Step 9. Write your reference list. Put your references in alphabetical order and type each source on a page titled References. List only the sources you actually used in your report. Your reference list should be stapled to the end of the paper. Step 10. Revise and proofread your report. Read your report at least twice. Make sure it includes a main idea statement, that each paragraph contains facts that are clearly stated, and that the conclusion restates the main idea of the report. Finally, polish your report. Read over it carefully and correct any mistakes in grammar, spelling, or punctuation.